first to 6. And kicking off the new season behind the mics for us are Chris Mason and good evening, Stuart Pike.
Yeah, thanks, Jackie. Really looking forward to this. The big kick-off to the 2021 darting year, the 9th staging of the Masters. And as you said, the first tournament since 2014 with a brand new world #1, Gerwyn Price, back in action on Saturday night. But for now, it's Ian White, one player who had a really disappointing World Championship against Suljovic, who possibly disappointed at the World Championship in his defeat to Gary Anderson, that controversial night at the Ali Pali. We'll get Chris Mason's views on that as the game goes on, I'm sure. Premier League spot up for grabs. That will be announced by the PDC at the end of the Masters. And we'll just see what unravels over the weekend here in Milton Keynes. 12 months ago, a packed crowd here saw Peter Wright edge out Michael Smith in a last leg decider in the final. What dramas will we witness in the Masters 2021? Chris Mason.
It was a month to remember for Peter Wright, of course, wasn't it? Lifting the world title. And a month later, lifting this one. Will Pricey have that in the back of his mind? But talking of a bad World Championships for Ian White, this tournament's not been good to him. This is his 7th appearance, yet to win a game.
Shocker.
And
absolutely.
His head-to-head record against Mensah is also fairly poor in TV title or TV performances. Played 5, lost all 5, played 3 times 100. On the Euro Tour and lost all of those as well. So it doesn't bode well for the Diamond.
Yeah, I mean, that was that disappointing World Championship yet again. Another
42
failure, I think is the only way to put it. That's why he will be disappointed. Lost to Kim Huybrechts 3-1 despite an average of 102. And
yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
Couldn't get the job done.
100.
I mean, Kim played beautifully, but Ian White yet again hitting a big average, but on the wrong end. And it's happened far too often. He seems to bring the best out of players.
Yeah, White's 7th consecutive Masters, lost in the first round in the previous 6. Of course, all those games when we've had a field of 16, and we start with the format, the best of 19. So all these, to remind you, these first round games featuring players in the world ranked number 9 to 24. The big guns, the top 8, coming into the tournament on Saturday.
I think it's been a good introduction. I wouldn't mind seeing it in some ways stretched to 32 maybe and getting it ranked.
180.
Didn't have to wait long for our first 180 of this year's tournament. The first of many, no doubt.
.99. Ian, you require 136.
Both players will be keen to have a good tournament to set them off and running for the remainder of the year. Oh, they're both double
128.
Wow.
Meant to require
and then he
144.
followed up the 180 with a 136. 144 Mensah. So Ian White will come back for double 4.
100. Ian, you require 8.
Double 2.
Game shot on the first leg. Ian White. Second leg, Mensah.
A whole lot better in the opening leg.
Game
in
on.
the end, the maximum making the difference. 1 up. A break after 5. First 2. 6 to go through, of course, to play Nathan Aspinall
140
in the second round.
17 dart hole to throw there for Ian White. Should set him into the match now.
140.
Got to mention our old colleague John Gwynn. I think everyone will wish him all the best. John has started treatment for cancer at Christie's Hospital in Manchester
58.
this week, and we're all thinking of you, John. He'll be watching.
'85.
The professor certainly will be.
Well, I've got to ask you, we mentioned that controversial match against Gary Anderson at the World Championship. Anderson eventually winning 4-3. I think he did. Memory does serve me right. He won the last 6 legs to win the match, but it was shrouded in controversy with Mensor's odd, should we say, antics or tactics on the stage.
Yeah, ultimately it backfired, because when he was throwing at his regular pace, he was actually throwing quite well and was causing Anderson all sorts of problems. But he would then go back to what can only be described as deliberate slow play to put his opponent off, and well, he didn't perform anywhere near to the level he played whilst playing normally.
Well, this is Mensor's proper pace, isn't it?
Yeah.
100.
It's looking good to hold throw. Only 12 darts thrown, possible 14 darter. Should be treble 13. That leaves 50. That leaves double 7.
Well, when we got there in the end,
Suljovic.
let's see 63 taken out like that very often.
Well, you never know with Mensah. He's far from conventional, that's for sure. A steady start from both players, averaging 95 and bits. 1 apiece, 2 holds a throw. Evenly matched.
140.
Well, Mensah has slipped down to number 21 in the world after a disappointing year or so.
It's a long time since he's been
that low.
That low.
Yeah.
43.
I mean, his big win come at the Players' Championship finals, didn't it? Which is, of course, not a ranked event. So it shows you how well he has been playing. Has lost his way the last 12 or 18 months.
134.
And if he's anything, you would think if he's anything but rock solid against Ian White, he'd be there for the taking. At the moment,
140.
He's looking, well, decent would be an understatement.
Yeah, much better this from Mensah. I mean, like you, I mean, I found it all very strange. I was commentating on that game at the Alexandra Palace.
It was uncomfortable to watch. I think the controversy came from, you know, people trying to justify his actions.
135.
I think that's what rattled
121.
the viewing public, especially if you know, tracked what was said on social media. Bullseye for a 12-dart break of throw.
85.
Well, it's a handy miss.
49.
Yep. Left double 18. He doesn't mind it over there, so a bit of pressure on Ian White to hold throw.
Does reduce his options, I wonder.
33.
It does, so a chance here for Suljovic to break. Yeah, I mean, it's all about opinions. I mean, whatever way you look at it, for me, Mensah was just wrong, and he got it wrong, and he paid the price. Double 9. There's that a good guide for him. Ian White has his back turned.
Game's on the third
We'll
leg.
know now.
But
he's lost the leg. Suljovic breaks on double 9 and goes 2-1 in front.
I'm not sure it's about an opinion, Stu. I think if you directly try to impact your opponent's ability to throw at his very best, then, well, there's not many opinions on that, is there? I know people have referenced people like Jockey and Eric. Eric would never do anything on stage that would impact your ability to throw at your very best. What goes on before it and after, you know, that's a mindset thing. But where does it end? You know, is someone going to just go up on that stage and throw one dart every minute? It's got to stop somewhere. And every time there's been an issue like this, whatever's gone on within PDC darts over the years, they've stepped up, reintroduced a new rule, and got rid of it.
You were very vociferous on. I've listened to a couple of podcasts you did after the Ali Pali, and you were very vocal in what you thought of what Mensur did.
Yeah, I just don't think it's right. I don't think it sets a particularly good example for players coming through. That, you know, what we see in sport, you see it in football, we've seen it in many individual sports, that, you know, you can only see the impact of, say, Gezi Price, and you watch the young players before, you know, all this goes on, and you see them at local tournaments and they're already giving it the, you know, the big fist pump and everything else, and that's just that's sort of directly influenced of what they see on the hockey.
60.
And for me, Mintz is a better player than that. He doesn't need to get involved in that kind of thing.
58.
And ultimately, he put himself off.
$134.
Yeah, need some good darts here. Ian White, Adrian Lewis, Peter Wright twice, Rob Cross, Michael Smith, Gary Anderson, all beating Ian White in the first round of the Masters. The man who promises so much on the floor, but very rarely delivers on the big TV stages. Will that change in 2021, I wonder?
Well, we had a season of a fair few first-time winners, didn't we?
85. Mensur require
Maybe
104.
that'll continue. And players like Michael Smith and Ian White and Joe Cullen, etc., may lay their hands on the big trophy for the very, very first time in 2021. Double 16 for 3-1.
Games on the fourth
Never in
leg.
doubt for me from the moment the first treble went in. And that's the proper Mensur Suljovic. Mensur.
Well, his finishing has been impressive, hasn't it, Stu?
Yeah.
3 from 6, 50%. The 104 there.
The first proper double, if you like.
Yeah, he's reeled off the last 3 legs in 15, 15 and 18.
Got double 7, double 9.
It's typically Mensur.
Yeah. Semi-finals here in 2018. Mensur lost to Van Barneveld. The same Van Barneveld who's going to Q School in Germany
145.
So they're definitely announcing the 10th Premier League spot then after this event or after Q School?
Well, I think my understanding is it'll be made
140.
but we shall see. I think Dave Chisnall's got to be in the box seat as it stands.
Well, unless someone comes out of the pack and wins this one, but
it might actually, Chris, might actually be back to the UK Open.
60.
Well, now that it's back to a month's time, because we may get a surprise winner there, and then that'll really put the cat amongst the pigeons.
What we do know is it'll be
Barneveld if he gets a talk. I'm only joking.
60.
I'm not joking.
Well, initially I know they were going to announce it after the Masters, but obviously the start of the Premier League has been pushed back. I mean, the big hope is, and you know, the hope for everyone, that we get back to some sort of normality in the next few months after Easter and into the spring and early
55.
summer. And I think the PDC has done absolutely the right thing in pushing back the start of the Premier League. So hopefully fans will be back in business.
I certainly hope so.
100.
Because after the UK Open, mates, you've got a chance. You did promise last year you were going to enter, but of course there's no Riley's qualifiers.
No Riley's qualifiers, so that's that out the window. Lucky them.
Yeah, that got you out of a hole.
55. Ian, you require 131.
Well, he needs this. We won't want to go into our first break, full one down, that's for sure. Sets up
91.
tops. So all Suljovic can do is apply a bit of pressure and hope.
.92. Ian, you require 40.
After losing 3 legs on the spin, got to go for Mr. White.
Game's on the
That's
fifth
an important dart, it really is, and you can see the reaction on the face of Ian White. Stays in it without a shadow of a doubt. He's a breakdown. Menziel with the advantage on the scoreboard. Race to 6 to play Nathan Aspinall. It's 3-2 to Suljovic. Dart season finally underway here in Milton Keynes, with the Masters extended from 16 to 24 players. So we have the world number 9 through to 24 playing tonight
to throw first,
to stay in the tournament for the weekend. Nathan Aspinall awaits the winner of our first game. Menziel Suljovic with the advantage, with a break of throw, and 6 legs. You
100.
are a winner on the opening night. You're in favour of increasing the field to 24?
Yeah, I'd love to see it go to 32. Have a session this afternoon. Top 28 in the world, 4
60.
qualifiers when things are back to normality, and rank it, and yeah, put it on the rankings. Seems to have a waste of such a big event for it not to go towards the order of merit.
On the flip side, though, then it doesn't become the Masters, does it? It's a fine balance. The top 16 and extending it by 8.
140
gives people a chance. I don't know.
No, the game's grown so much in terms of strength and depth since its introduction. Any problem having 32 players in this one? Top 32 is absolutely laden with quality.
60.
I like it when we disagree,
as long as it's respectful. How do I turn this?
100.
I've turned you down already.
Yeah, you did it once already. Yeah, I did notice. Yeah, it's been very much MVG's tournament over the years, winning it in
59.
15, 16, 17, 18 and 19. Tough couple of years for the Green Machine.
145.
Like Aspinall you just mentioned, Stu, both using new darts in this tournament. Michael and Nathan.
A brilliant 145 that was from Ian White to leave 56. Well, Menziel must have fancied that.
122.
That's a great break-back opportunity.
Yeah.
A break he must get. 2 darts at tops.
Biggest dart of the match so far.
46.
Well, that has been his Achilles heel. He just misses
the
odd double here in the air, here and there, and tends to pay the ultimate price.
Misses them at the important moments.
Just gets
Will he pay that
tight.
price?
Games from the 6th leg.
And there's your answer.
Dodged the bullet there. Did
first game on.
Menziel. 17 dart hold of throw. 2 darts at a double there for Ian to break back.
He will feel it should be 3 apiece.
180.
Second one of the match. Both to Ian White.
.96.
Gerwyn Price, a worthy world champion, a new world number 1 for you, Stu.
Yeah, absolutely.
Been incredible, hasn't he, the last couple of years.
That we'll be making later.
100.
Commentating on Joe Cullen against Stephen Bunting. Last match of the night, it should be a terrific game. When Bunting won the Lakeside in 2014, he was crowned the Lakeside World Champ.
140.
4 days later, Gerwyn Price tipped up at Wigan for Q School. At the behest of his friend Barry Bates.
140.
Said give it a go, and he did. And he won a tour card, but he literally went to Q School 4 days after bunting one in Lakeside. And it's a fantastic story. It's not just a darting story, it's a sporting story. And Gary Price, a worthy world number one, despite all the controversies of the past. Without doubt, a worthy world champion. Will he go for the ball? He will, of course.
56.
140, Suljovic.
You require 140.
Yeah, well within his scope, that's for sure. 2 treble 20s, double 10. Look out for the tops if it's a bad lie on the treble 20. Oh, you can see the frustration.
60. Ian, you require 25.
Given White a little bit of breathing space. 17 double 4. Yep, that's his usual route. Double 2.
21.
2 out of 12 on the doubles.
Mensah require 80.
Mensah 4 out of 8, of course 50%.
So he could find himself near, well, potentially 5-2 down here.
Yeah.
Suljovic, of course, will be throwing in the next leg for the match. 1 dart tops.
40. Ian, you require 4.
Oh, another let off for Ian White. Has to go this time. In the madhouse. It's a great marker.
No score. Mensah, you require 40.
5 darts he's missed in this leg. 14 darts in the match already. Missed at doubles by Ian White.
Games from the 7th.
And all of a
leg.
sudden,
Mensah
Suljovic is throwing for the match. And it looks like Ian White's dreadful record at the Masters
is going to be lucky 7, isn't it?
8th leg, yeah. Mensah to throw first. Game on.
You're just joining us for White. This is his 7th consecutive Masters. Hasn't won a game on this stage. And the doubles will win your matches. White's having chances, but as I say, you know, we talked about the way that it doesn't happen for him in TV events. This is why.
And more so in set play, of course, because you can get punished even more. Miss a double in this format, you're a leg behind. Potentially you miss one in set play in the 5th leg, you're a whole set behind. So potentially 3 legs to claw back to level a match.
26.
Six times they've played in TV events. Chris mentioned 5-0 to Mensah.
180.
Well, a perfectly timed Ian White. Maximum.
Old pal says, scores for show, doubles for dough.
140.
And that's very much the case in this one so far.
4 legs, he's got to win them all. That's
3 180s in the match, all to Ian White. It's Ian White staring
140.
down the barrel of a 6-2 defeat, potentially.
He's left 98 after
65.
9.
Ian, you require 98.
You get 1 leg back.
And it will be a break of throw. That's wild.
82.
Amazed he didn't
Mensah, you
split
require
that
170.
with his second dart. With Suljovic on 170.
$134. Ian, you require 16.
2 out of 17 on the doubles.
Games from the 8th leg. Ian White.
1 down, 3 to go.
9th leg, Ian to throw first. Game on.
Well, 3 more similar to that one. That was a 13 dart break of throw. But that's the stat that's put him in this predicament. 17%. Pretty much an average leg
174
of darts missed at a double. 15.
And that's 3 legs, 180, 180, 174 from Ian White.
140. $34.
He's angry, frustrated.
And he did the hard work in the opening throw and then was gifted it
100.
back to Mensah, but not massively punished, only a ton. 32 behind, minus these. Can't leave a finish from that position anyway. So 6 darts, potentially at 261 for Mensah to get it done and dusted in the 9th leg of this match.
125.
Great recovery after single 5 with the first dart from Suljovic. And now it's White who's looking at 207 with 6 darts. We'll switch anyway.
137.
Great cover shot.
Require 136.
He missed this early on, didn't he? Ian White leading 70, and he's going to have to take it out. Mensah's going to leave tops.
Ian, you require 70
to stay in the Masters in the opening match of the tournament. Hit double 8 in the last leg. Got to hit it now, you feel.
54. Mensah, you require 40.
Though Suljovic to make it 6 wins out of 6 against Ian White in TV events. But to him to go through to round 2. Wild one. Three match darts for Mensah. His turn to be angry.
Three darts in hand. Certainly not a guide. Getting closer.
No score.
He's hit double 8
on
one occasion.
Missed at a double.
1 out of 7.
That is 20 darts missed at a double. 3 from 23. Mensah joining in.
5.
6 match darts for Mensah Suljovic.
It's catching.
12. Mensah, you require 5.
3 out of 26 on the doubles, Ian White. This is Suljovic's 7th match dart.
Game shot.
And finally, Mensah does get the job done. Ian White was very, very disappointed, and it's written all over his face. The 7th consecutive first-round exit at the Masters, and Mensah Suljovic is a winner, 6-3. He'll play Nathan Aspinall on Saturday.